Hello, this is Rhonda Green of IndianaProud.com here to talk to you today about connecting the community with Google Apps. Intro. This is what we're going to talk about today. Why Google Apps? What they cost and how they work. How does a regular website work? Reasons why we don't have a community website. How this relates to your organization or business. A possible solution using Google Apps. And why I am doing this. Why Google Apps? Well, Google puts these applications out for everyone to see and use. It's available to all. You can sign up and have your own account and have access to these very powerful programs. They're relatively easy to use, okay, even for a novice. The process is actually you're guided. You have a lot of guides to go by. It's a powerful suite of programs. You have access to document production and spreadsheets, as well as email and website building. What we're going to concentrate on is the calendar feature during this presentation. Google Apps is a consistent program setup. From one account to the next, they interact and work together. So the account that you sign up for, the applications that you use are the same as what somebody else is using. You don't have to pay extra to upgrade, and you all have the same situation going in. The programs or the applications are cheap. You can sign up for your own personal account, free account, where you have access to all of these features. But you can also go ahead and purchase a $10 a year domain and use the site for that, and that's all it costs you. You can also get more applications or have an easier time using it. There are subscriptions of $50 a year and $120 a year, depending on what your needs are. But we're going to concentrate on the free or next to nothing, $10 a year focus here. Okay. Extensive video support. If you have a problem or a question, you can actually see how it's done in real time. How do you fix your problem step by step instead of just a line of words that you have to try and move over into action. The programs, once again, work together. Okay, and especially the calendar situation from one account to the next. And once again, that's what we're going to focus on. The whole point is to find a way to allow our community organizations and businesses to become self-sufficient and communicate with each other. All right, this is just copied off of the Google site, and it shows that you have just the basic, free and $5 a month or $50 a year, or the $10 a month users. And it shows you the services that are offered. Now, once again, I did this presentation on a free Google Apps account. So that may be a bonus for you later on also. Okay, so there we go with that. We're going to go ahead and digress a little bit on how a web page works. This is what is actually used to, you'll need this later. Let's just go ahead and put it at that. You'll need this later. Okay. How does a web page work? Well, one characteristic of a web page action is it goes out and fetches files, like photos or something similar to that nature. As you can see, the highlighted piece of code tells the browser that it needs, 1, an image file, 2, where to go get it, and how big to make it when it loads into the page. Now, something that's really interesting, you can actually type HTTP, that line of code, that ends in JPG, into your browser, and you can actually pull up this actual picture that we used. So that's something to play with. So anyway, once again, when this bit of code is loaded into your browser, computer browser, it makes it goes ahead and tells the browser or what have you that the connection is made with the website where the picture is hosted. It goes out and says, okay, I need this file, and it brings it in. The image is uploaded into the computer, and if everything works right, it shows up on the web page. So it goes out and fetches. It's not, loaded. It's not a piece of paper. It's a very active situation. All right. How does a website work? Okay. Now, normally what a website is, a static website, is that you have the webmaster build the website on his or her computer, okay? And it ends up looking like a line of files, like you see right there, okay? And those folders and files and data are uploaded and so-called published on a server that is open to the public, if you're having it open to the public, a regular internet site. Uploaded onto the server that's attached 24 hours a day, where other computers outside, here's the world, coming in and request files from this web server, and the web server allows them to upload into these other computers. Okay, so it's just a very basic idea overview of what that happens. Okay. Now, we've been talking a long time, for many years, here in this community in Washington County, about having a community website. Now, our idea of what a community website is not really quite what reality is, okay? You see over here, you see all of the businesses, or, just business and church and civic organization in nice little circles and shapes. And ideally, the information is given to the webmaster, who is symbolized by the angel. I'm being a little bit snarky here, so please, I apologize. Who safely takes the children, which is representing the information, and turns the information into a community website. We really don't think about what that actually entails. Okay? So this is in an ideal world. Everything is angelic and wonderful, and it just works smoothly. But what actually happens? Okay? You have, like, real people. You have schools and organizations and charities and businesses and government and church, and they give all of this information to one or two people. Okay? Now, this can be, information given, like, left on a desk, phone call, or email. So there's such a wide variety of input also. And so the webmaster would have to write this up on their computer and put it up on the website. Now, you can go ahead and have, other links where, calendars are, you upload to the calendar automatically or something similar to that nature. But, you still don't have a clean, website. Okay, so it's very difficult because, you have all of this, it's like trying to put Niagra Falls through a 3-inch pipe. Okay, that's what we're looking at. Now, this was made, one of the main purposes of why I'm bringing this up is to go ahead and help with government communication. Okay, we're all in it for good government. Okay, so here's a presentation where the council and commissioners of our county, and say, look, okay, we have a lot of these boards that don't post their minutes, they don't post their times, they don't, but there's so many out there, and it's hard to go ahead and try to find out this information and present it to the public. It takes actual time, and it's overwhelming. And so, here in this county, the auditor's office, whether this is normally what happens or not, is personally puts the information up on the website, doesn't get told everything that is going on, personally gives out information, and just so much information, it can go on and on, but there's just too much information to really stay on top of it and make sure that everyone's represented well, as far as like your boards or anything similar to that nature. But this can be for the regular community anyway. You look at any pipeline, so to speak, of information, and it chokes down. A possible solution. Now here we go, we're coming back to Google Calendars, now which is an application that Google actually offers for free or once again little to nothing, and how it works. Okay, you go to google.com and you find Google Apps. You open up your free Google account, and this is your account. No one else can get into it unless you let them. Okay. Go to the calendar app and create a calendar, or several. There is no limit. There are several things that you can do with this calendar. You can keep it private for your own use, which is not a bad idea. Put your own, little Susie's piano lessons or soccer or, karate or what have you, and meetings that you have to actually be to, or business or anything similar to that nature, and you get notified on your phone or through email or something similar to that nature. You can also make it semi-private where viewers can only see that you are busy. If you're an organization or you work for an organization and want to have your timetable up online so people kind of get an idea that you're available maybe Monday or Tuesday, that's an appropriate way to use that, where you don't really want to have them know exactly where you're at, okay? Or you can make it totally public, where you have a calendar up there that everyone can see what you're doing and where you're at. You can also embed this calendar in a web page, okay? But the main point is that it is your calendar in your account and controlled by you, okay? It's a big point. Communication solution. The calendars are interactive. If the other calendars are Google calendars, with permission, you can list on theirs and they can list on yours. And you can do this in several ways. We're not going to go into everything, but we're going to concentrate on just one specific point for this presentation. Now, once again, this was given to mostly the government entities, okay? So this is how I presented it to them. So your communication solution, or in other words, this is what I would like for you to do, okay? And I'm talking to the council and commissioners and city and all of this. I want you to set up a Google Calendar called Washington County Government. Make it not only public, but embed it in a web page and link it to your regular website, okay? Ask the variety of boards to open up their own accounts and set up their own calendars. Make sure that they set them as public. Attach these calendars to the government calendar so that when they update their calendars, the government is automatically updated. So whatever they list on their calendars will also be listed on the government calendar. But the special thing about this is that each of them have their own accounts, and the information that is posted on their calendar is their own. They can also go ahead and upload documents and minutes and corrected minutes, and if there's a delay in the meeting, they can go ahead and have notification of anyone who wants to have notification. It's just a one click and you send out all the emails or however somebody wants to have it done. So what my little brother Ron says is that you want nimble government, and this is nimble, okay? The information comes from the source. It can only be changed by the source, okay, if they have their own account, and then let their calendars be shown on this other so-called mega calendar, okay? So why is this a good thing? Okay, the webmaster only has to load the page once, so you still get active content. But you still get active content, okay? So you don't have to go back and republish over and over again. Refer back to how a web page and website work to maybe understand how this can happen a little bit better. When you load the calendar into the web page, or when you go touch on it as the web page with the calendar in it, the web page will actually go out and get current information on how the calendar is doing. So it goes out and fetches, okay? And then, once again, a normal website is loaded and republished and used that way. So that takes out, that pain and suffering, and you still get current information. The information comes from the source and can only be changed and uploaded by the source. If there's a change in the meeting, the organization can update it from anywhere that there is a web connection. Totally communication friendly. From your phone, from any internet connection, you can log into your Google Apps account. Okay? Anyone else with or without a Google Calendar can get automatic notifications of a meeting or if a meeting changes on a cell phone, email, and or the computer. You can put it up where the feed is automatic, RSS feed or what have you, or they can just check it every day, okay, too. So, or they can sign up for their own free Google account and get a little bit more intense where it pops up on their screen or anything similar to that nature, and they can get notification however they want to get notified. So people who want to be notified will be notified, and in the way that they would like to be notified. Okay, why am I doing this? And especially in this community, it's hard for people to see where I'm coming from. It looks suspicious, me coming up and saying, sign up for this account. It's wonderful, because they've heard this kind of stuff before. Now, I would, personally, I would like to see businesses and organizations use these free tools to benefit themselves and the community. The internet is a big place. I have, internet businesses, but the internet's a big place. My life is not better if my neighbor is starving, okay? I don't like that. That's something that I hold personally offensive. And this is my hobby. And I enjoy this. Okay, so I figure everyone else will too. But we'll get there too. Now, also, I personally, Rhonda Green, want good government. I spend a lot of time videotaping and putting up online video of the local meetings so that everyone may participate. And I would really like to see a real community website or several. You don't have to, as an organization, you don't have to be the government to do this. You can have an organization, say like the Chamber, go ahead and have its members, say, look, you sign up for this Google accounts. Not only do you get all these other free, wonderful applications, but you can list on our calendar. We'll go ahead and set it automatically. And you can set up coupons. You can set up, a link back to your websites. You can do all of that, and you have control how you're presented. We have 2 farmers markets here in this county. Have your members go ahead and open their own accounts. They can put up hot links to their websites. Once again, they can list a sale or what they have to bring to market. If you don't have fresh tomatoes, then maybe it might upset people to actually show up. Okay. They were expecting tomatoes, you didn't have any. Well, at least you can know what is there. Or, if I'd known that you had cucumbers, that's what I would want anyway. But the big one here is that I'm going to write about this. I'm going to write how the community reacts to this situation. I'm going to, as many organizations and businesses and doing presentations on this to try and get the simple effect across to see if our community can come together on this level. Information is power. And this is a very powerful tool that can be used for, the newspaper, the radio station, any internet connection. My business could actually work well with this. So when you have the ability to have a web presence, once again, that gives you power. Okay. Here are 2 links for more information. To learn about Google Apps, go to this. Okay, google.com enterprise/apps, so on and so forth. And for an example of an embedded calendar, I've put up Washington County, Indiana, all spelled out, .info. And right now we don't have a lot up there. I've been just kind of playing with it to make sure that what I say is correct. But please, look around and see what is up there. I do have some information in the back, and please indulge. Okay? So here it is. This is Rhonda Green of IndianaProud.com. Thank you so much for listening.